Our chapter started as the Albany Area Red Cross, and we're now an 8-county chapter. We serve 870,000 people. It's a very large chapter. It's one of the largest chapters east of the Mississippi. We train over 30,000 people every year in programs like first aid, CPR, aquatics, teaching people to use defibrillators.
It's important to take Red Cross training classes so you can help someone that's in trouble.
You never know when you're going to need it, but if you do need it and you've got the training, you know what to do.
Helplessness is probably one of the most awful feelings that you can ever have, but it's also one of the most fulfilling feelings you can have when you sit back for 2 seconds, let your training kick in, and you just take charge of a situation.
I think one of the things people really don't know about is the local disasters we respond to every day. We respond to over 200 fires a year, and that affects over 1,000 people. And when those fires happen, anytime, 24 hours a day in our 8 counties, we're there on the scene within a couple of hours to take care of the people, to provide food, clothing, shelter, and a lot of times what people really need is a hug.
I was in my apartment, and I was getting ready to go out for a walk. The superintendent started knocking on my door, and he told me that there was a fire in the building. I was very nervous. I just grabbed my dog, and I was able to get him on the leash, and he was able to guide me out of the apartment. After I got out of the building, the lady across the street from us took me into her apartment with my dog, and she told me that we could sit in the living room for the afternoon. She said it was a very big fire, and she told me that it started on the porch of the apartment on the 2nd floor. When Neil came home, it made me feel better about, the situation.
I felt very upset about it, The building was on fire, and I couldn't believe it. Well, I was shocked.
It took a while for the fire department to get it to stop.
We never been in this kind of a situation before. I didn't know what to do.
I met up with the volunteer from the Red Cross. He came into the apartment across the street. He was very nice. I knew that they were there to help. The Red Cross gave us a debit credit card that we were able to use for clothing and food. We don't have family in the area.
We would be stranded, I can tell you that, if they didn't come along.
They helped us find the hotel that we're living in right now.
Dear friends from the Red Cross, thank you very much for helping Neil and I. We really appreciate it very much.
I would not have known what to do if those people did not come to help us.
Our volunteers are like no volunteers with any other organization. They go out and respond to fires in the middle of the night. They'll go off on disaster assignments to other places in the country for weeks at a time. They're amazingly dedicated, and our staff is the same way. Everybody works really hard. They're not highly compensated in many cases, and they're incredibly dedicated to the mission.
I was going through an extreme period of depression and anxiety, so I really needed something that would boost me up as a person because I was really feeling down and out. And the Red Cross did that. I felt like I was important again. The thing that I like most about volunteering for the Red Cross is the opportunity to give back to my community and the awesome staff members and people that I've met from all walks of life.
During a difficult economic time, the need for our services does not go down. We have to grow our capacity. We have to be able to respond to more and bigger disasters in all 8 counties. What's most memorable is when you see the people we help. When you go to a fire and you see the people standing out on a street corner who've lost everything and they're entirely reliant on us, the Red Cross, to help them. When you see blood donors. I went to a blood drive and I saw an 8-year-old girl named Meredith whose life was saved by Red Cross blood. It's when you see the real people that the Red Cross and our staff and our volunteers have helped every day, that's what's most memorable, because that's really what it's about, is helping the people. We provide services to the military. We help connect over 500 military families with soldiers overseas during critical moments like births or deaths.
We were married on June 18th. We found out we were pregnant on July 5th, and then he deployed on July 12th.
I had the second most dangerous job in the Army at the time during Iraq. I was a convoy truck driver.
At 24 weeks, I had an ultrasound done, and that's when we found out that there were complications with the baby.
I was pretty much thinking everything, possibly, did we lose, the baby? There's something wrong with Melissa.
The next few hours was just this sick feeling in my stomach, wondering whether my son was going to live or not.
She needed to get in touch with her husband, and I explained to her that we were going to do everything we can to get this message over to Juan Carlos just as quickly as possible.
All he could think about was, I needed him there. It was about 48 hours on the hour, and he was home from the moment that I placed that call to the Red Cross. So it was very quick. I was happy.
The minute I showed up, I think she had this confidence about her that, was gone when I was away.
The fact that I was able to play even a small role in getting this soldier home, it made me feel like I was doing something more.
Now Hayden is 18 months old, and I feel very blessed that I was given this opportunity, because I didn't think I was going to have it.
Red Cross and Pat were definitely a major part of our life. We just would have just fallen apart without them, and we owe them a lot.
I feel I owe my life to the Red Cross. They're great.
If I could say one thing to our Red Cross supporters, I'd say thank you. People in this community donate their time as volunteers, they donate their financial resources, they donate their blood, and that lets us help all of the people that we help in this community every day.